Over the past couple of days, Fiona Harvey, aka the real-life Martha from the hit Netflix show Baby Reindeer, has confirmed that she will be taking Netflix, Richard Gadd and the producers of the hit Netflix show Baby Reindeer to court over defamation and misinformation, as they portrayed Baby Reindeer to be a true story, though she states that she never did any of the things that she was accused of within the show, most notably spending 9 months in prison and getting a 5-year restraining order against Richard Gadd, which was obviously the conclusion to the show. That's what this is all hinging on. But during this legal ramification and, announcing this, she has taken down her Facebook. Now, you're probably wondering, why has she taken down her Facebook when, she made it private? People weren't able to access her posts. Well, when the show started to snowball and gain some popularity, people obviously went and found the real-life Martha. And they found Fiona Harvey through her tweets, which then led them to Facebook, which was open source information at the time. And a lot of people ended up following the page, which meant that they got updates on the posts. So even when she made the posts, made the page private, they were still getting updates on the posts and still able to see posts from years ago about other people. And I think that this has been a legal move. Obviously, we've got the top comment here. Sounds like a lawyer's advice. Because I think a lot of the posts that were made on Facebook would probably work against her in a court of law, especially as you're going for defamation, misinformation, when this could prove that she is actually who she is quoted to be within the series. But you're probably wondering, well, that's all great, but we don't get to see the posts. There is one person on Facebook that on YouTube that I've seen who's had access to Fiona Harvey's Facebook. And they have taken screenshots of some of the posts that were made. And we're going to take a little look at them today because they're interesting, to say the very least. And the page goes by the name Gary828. All right. And he posts, exposing Fiona Harvey's Facebook photos and videos. This can hurt her lawsuit. All right. And even in the description, going over Baby Reindeer's real life Martha, Fiona Harvey's Facebook account, and going through old photos and videos. Since I've made this video, it seems Fiona Harvey has put her Facebook account on private, blocking the public from being able to view what is in this video. Which means that this is the only place that you're able to find this kind of content. Now, you're probably thinking, well, that's great, awesome, whatever. But, now that her Facebook has been removed entirely, the people that followed her prior to this now completely have no access whatsoever. So we're going to go over some of the posts and see if Gary828 has a point with what he's saying regarding the posts being possibly being used against her in the court of law.
I took all the music exams at school and had voice, cello, and piano. I had lessons through the school. He knows all this because we discussed it. He knows I can write. He knows I have a photographic memory. There is no excuse for his behavior. I watch good dramas, etc. He knows I never watch mad nonsense for 20-year-olds. So just because I went to law school does not mean I'm without talent. He ripped me about singing like Susan Boyle. I can, but I can also do the classical stuff. Just because I don't doesn't mean I can't.
Don't be fooled by the rocks that are cast. I'm just Jenny from the block.
Okay, so I recently released videos going over Fiona Harvey's Facebook account, and I continue to get comments saying that these accounts are fake. So I wanted to make another video and delve even deeper, providing more and more evidence why I truly believe these two accounts are legit. So I'm going to go through all her photos and most of her videos, and I think by the end of this, it will erase most doubt from others who were skeptical.
Now, this is obviously something that's coming up. There were, and I showed it as well, there are countless, in fact, I'll probably be able to go on Facebook and find about 10 dud Facebook accounts for Fiona Harvey. But if you just search Fiona Harvey into Facebook, look, instantly, so many pages pop up that aren't Fiona Harvey whatsoever. Just so many. Of course, the ones now have been made private and thus deleted. So this one with 43,000 followers isn't real. This one with 15,000 followers isn't real. All of these ones are not real. Obviously, the ones using screenshots from the show from Piers Morgan, you can trust that that's clearly not real. Someone's just taken this from Google Images. But it just goes to show there are a lot of fake Facebook accounts out there. But Gary828 seems to think that he has stumbled across the legitimate one, and he seems to think that it could go against her lawsuit, which is why her Facebook account has thus been deleted.
All right, we're going to click on photos. Scroll all the way down. You can see lots and lots of pictures that she has posted. Lots of repeats for some reason. And then we're going to click on the first photo, which dates back to May 2021, as you can see. And I said that the 2021 date proves this is legit because this is 3 years before Baby Reindeer came out on Netflix.
And this is exactly what people need to like bear in mind is, you know, these pages, if you do your due diligence, you can kind of go back and, you know, work out when these posts were made. Because, you know, if you find a page that updated its profile picture to a photo of Fiona Harvey and it was dated 4th of April 2024, it's clearly a dud because that's when the show released and when it started to gain traction and popularity. So just bear that in mind.
But then others are saying it doesn't actually prove that because Richard Gadd's Baby Reindeer stage play, one-man show or whatever it is, came out in 2019. But couple reasons why I think that is irrelevant. For one, the play was not seen on a very large scale, and I'm assuming that he didn't name his stalker in the play Fiona Harvey, did he? If so, then she clearly would have a lawsuit against him. But I really don't think that he'd be that dumb. Therefore, if he didn't use his stalker's real name in the one-man show, then how would someone know to make a fake Facebook account for Fiona Harvey?
Now, very fair point made. Now we got that out of the way, we're going to kind of fast forward through to some of the posts that were made, because that's where things start to get really interesting, okay? So, just going to look for a few... where does he start? Let's start from here. So, he's going through the photos here, obviously, as you can see. But this is where...
Yes, with a ball who breaks windows, still looking for stalker photos.
So you can see we're going through the motions. We're in lockdown here from the looks of it.
This painting as mentally a hairdresser, London, Luke, Hamden, Amy, avoid, told me green and blue don't go. She's a nasty little customer and horrid, spoiled, plastic face. She offended customers so much she had to close. She eye were black.
It seems everywhere she goes, she runs into mentally ill people. I mean, even her hairdresser. I mean, what is the luck?
And obviously, if we look and kind of digest the grammar, the punctuation and stuff, it does go hand in hand, you know, with how it was portrayed within the show. Allegedly, I do have to preface this and say that this is all alleged, and I can't actually prove any of this. But it makes an interesting point when you look at this Facebook profile and then you look at it being deleted amidst a lawsuit impending. Obviously, as you can tell from these photos, based on the date as well, 25th of March 2023, kind of going through 2023 here, there's a lot of photos and it's blatantly the same person who appeared on Piers Morgan. And look at this. This was the exact same dress that she wore on Piers Morgan. And this was dated on the 26th of March 2023. She wore this exact dress on Piers Morgan. If we pull up... Piers Morgan Baby Reindeer, and then you look at the images here, look, this is the exact same dress that she wore right here for the Piers Morgan interview, which, if that doesn't tell you that this Facebook profile is legit, I don't know what does, because, you know, it's just, I mean, I don't know what else you need. I don't know what else you need. The dress gives it away big time. But we're going to fast forward through the video a little bit to kind of get us into the swing of things.
Mr. Personality Not, who currently attempts to lead the Labour Party and fails spectacularly. He is not a lawyer. He was at best a jobbing, unqualified barrister at Doughty Street.
Now, obviously, based off of the audio, it does sound a lot like Fiona Harvey from the Piers Morgan interview. And also, if we pair that with, obviously, she's talking about Keir Starmer here, heading the Labour Party and all the rest of it. I think this was around the time that he did take leadership of the Labour Party. You can clearly see, especially with the things that have come out regarding Fiona Harvey towards Keir Starmer, sending, I think it was something like 276 or even upwards of 300 emails to Keir Starmer in the space of 8 months, with some quite abusive things at times. If you pair that, it paints a picture that this could be it could be a legitimate Facebook page. Just bear that in mind. Obviously, I can't prove it. Just prefacing that.
Getting back to Mr. Starmer, Mr. Personality Not.
It paints a picture.
Keir Starmer is one of the Camden MPs. He owes me money. He used to be my MP, and we've all sued him before. He withholds files. He does not have a proper law degree. His degree is in jurisprudence at some Z-rate Middle English university. Keir Starmer is one of the Camden MPs. He owes me. Keir Starmer seeks to undermine me at every turn because he knows I've got a photographic memory and an incredibly high...
Photographic memory. Where else has she mentioned a photographic memory? Piers Morgan.
high IQ, and he knows I've got the measure of him. He then went to Oxbridge, Oxford University, and Mummy and Daddy paid for him to do a postgrad. Keir Starmer seeks to undermine me at every turn because he knows I've got a photographic memory and an incredibly high IQ, and he knows I've...
I mean, the evidence is just there that this is a legitimate Facebook page, all right? We've got the dress, we've got talks of Keir Starmer, around the same period of time, bear in mind, that the emails were flooded into... Oh, no, it wasn't, sorry. I'm wrong with that. The emails came back in 2020, this was 2023. Ignore me there, that was wrong. But, you know, talking about Keir Starmer, going on about Keir Starmer again, and also the photographic memory and the voice. All right, it all paints a very interesting picture of just this entire situation. But obviously, when we go over some of the actual posts as well, I'm going to go on to another one of Gary's videos for this, because it's that's more about the images and the photos. But when we go over the images, some of the Facebook statuses, it really paints an interesting picture. Like there's one here regarding Richard Gadd.
The first post she wrote regarding any of this. Richard Gadd, who is not known to me. Whoa, hold up. Is she saying that Richard Gadd is not known to her? That she doesn't know him? This is the first time I've read this post in detail. I mostly scanned over her Facebook posts and didn't have time to read over all of them, so I may actually learn some new details here myself. But this already sounds insane. Big surprise considering the author of the post. Richard Gadd, who is not known to me, wrote a show 4 or 5 years ago for the Festival Fringe called Baby Reindeer. It would appear to be popular on Netflix. Now I'm on 20-somethings with no brain. I do not follow the rantings of Richard Gadd or failed comedians like him. I have no idea what he said apart from a few quotes thrown at me this week by other people. He seems to have some fat, ugly woman called Martha playing by an actress pretending to be me. Again, I do not know this actress. Richard Gadd was a jobbing barman in the Holly Arms, Camden. I did know that. I used to live in Camden and no longer do. The Holly Arms was a haven of drink and drugs, and there are allegations against some barmen. It's a horrific joint, and I thought it had been shut down by licensing. I've had death threats from Richard Gadd's supporters on here this week. I've had vile stalking and abusive threats. I know nothing about Richard Gadd apart from his little sorry life story I listened to on a Sophie Hagen podcast he did with her when Baby Reindeer came out. I am not Martha, have no criminal convictions, have not been to the Highly Arms for 10 or 12 years. I am not interested in any aspect of Richard Gadd's life. I don't believe a word he says, not does anyone I know. I know from that podcast he failed in English degrees and did that stupid degree in theater studies at Glasgow Uni. I know he'll do and say anything to make money. He'll defame anyone. Richard Gadd and I have never been friends or even in a relationship. He's a gay man. I'm a heterosexual woman. He did ask me out and stalked me years ago. Sorry, I'm not interested. Some people just can't take rejection. But to defame me all over the internet is quite another thing. My lawyers will sue. I hope that is clear even to the most deranged follower of Richard Gadd.
Even that post, when you pair that with the interview that she did with Piers Morgan, there are some striking similarities between what was said there and what was what was posted within this post, if that makes sense. Like, it just goes hand in hand. But she continues to talk about Richard Gadd and kind of ramble on about it. So let's take a look. So there are obviously countless posts here on the same Facebook page. The same one that we looked at before with the dress and the videos and all the rest of it. So I am led to believe that this is truly Fiona Harvey's legitimate Facebook page, which has thus been deleted. Very, very interesting stuff. Obviously, there's a lot of posts. Some even coming just 20 minutes apart, like 7:01, 7:04, 7:06, 7:09. Like, they just 7:12. The posts just keep coming and coming. 7:15. 7:18, literally 3 minutes. It's like she posted one and then started typing on another, posted that, started on another. 7:20. It's pretty crazy to see these posts just come flooding out. But again, I'm gonna leave a link to Gary828 down in the description. So if you want to check out some of his Facebook videos and you want to kind of delve a bit deeper into it, because I've kind of glossed over the surface and kind of cherry picked some parts to maintain the integrity of Gary's videos. But if you want to check it out, obviously go over to his channel, tell him who sent you, and just have a little gander and see what you think. But I think this is obviously a very tactical legal move on behalf of Fiona Harvey's party and her team, because obviously the videos themselves and the posts and the context within the posts could be damaging to her court case, and I think it could lead to some ramifications later on, which could potentially cause her to lose the case, which is probably why the Facebook page was thus deleted. But what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. While you're down there, be sure to jump scare the hell out of that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Tick on my little bell so you get notified whenever we upload. Until next time, guys, I hope that you have enjoyed. I can't wait to see the next one. And I'll speak to you later. Peace.